Hi, lovely Gail. Thanks for talking to me today.
Hello.
I wanted to know, what was your life like before you started with Get Gorgeous? What was your health concerns?
I think generally it was just feeling out of control with food, just completely out of control, unhappy about it, knowing what I was doing wasn't healthy and it felt wrong, but not really knowing how to stop that. Um, I felt I just needed a bit of guidance to get me on the right track, really. I kind of felt like I had the knowledge because I'd read a lot about nutrition and the best things to do to get yourself healthy and fit, but I just couldn't seem to fit it into family life, really. Um, so yeah, it was just a bit of direction that I needed to to get back on a kind of healthy and fit journey.
And were you exercising before?
Not really. I wanted to. I do the odd thing, but I hadn't really fitted anything into a specific routine, which is what I think I need to fit around the family and the children. Um, I just needed to get back into a regular routine of on this day I will do this, or I'll try and do this amount of exercise per week, and making it more of a habit, really, just something that I was doing on a regular basis.
Okay, so what was it like? What was your experience working with me and the Get Gorgeous program?
I, like I said, I think I had the information already about how to eat better and um, how to feel better about myself. Um, but I just needed to feel like part of something to get me back on the road to feeling like I was back in control, really. And to know that what I was wanting to do was the right thing, because there's so much information out there. It's just so confusing. And I just kind of wanted a bit of clarification that what I thought was actually correct and that it would work for me, really.
Good. And how did you manage to fit the exercise and the nutrition into your, because that was your biggest problem, was fitting it into your life. Did that work for you?
Yeah, it's taken me a while. I would say it's probably taken me a good 8 months to get back on track with things. And I think initially I did generally focus on the nutrition. I think to try and do too much at once felt overwhelming. Um, so I just tried to focus. Initially, like just the water thing. I found actually giving up tea and coffee really helped me to drink more water. Um, and that just it just started from there. But also being a bit more mindful about what I was doing. I think I was so entrenched in just kind of eating without really thinking about it, mindfully stuffing my face to kind of make myself feel better emotionally, and actually just taking a step back and thinking, what am I doing? What am I eating? Thinking about my day as a whole rather than just the next, what can I eat next? Because
Brilliant.
I'm a terrible binge eater. I know that I will always have that susceptibility, and um, I'm just feeling out of control that I eat for. I've managed to identify that I eat out of um, boredom, but also generally feeling overwhelmed with things emotionally, or if I've got too much to do, or just to put things off, not knowing quite where to start with all the things that I need to do, I would just nip to the kitchen and have something to eat. And it's taken quite a while to admit that. I think there are real feelings of shame surrounding that kind of behaviour and guilt, and actually you shouldn't feel like that. I kind of just needed to identify that that was what I was doing, and then figure out a way to get around that, really. Um, and actually, drastically reducing sugar has been a big thing for me. I honestly didn't think I could do it. I didn't, and I delayed starting it because I just didn't think that I would be able to do it, and I was scared of failing. But it's really, really made a difference to me. Cutting that back and eating foods that make me feel full, because I don't think I ever ate out of hunger particularly. I ate out of habit or for emotional reasons, but feeling full from proper food then wanting to snack on other things without really needing to, because I wasn't hungry, that just didn't come into it. I actually almost stopped snacking completely between meals. It was 3 main meals, and that was quite a revelation, really.
Yeah. So you started to listen to your body. You became intuitive as opposed to mindless. You were mindful.
Definitely. And then if I do want a treat, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I will have something, try and make sure that it's the best quality that I can get, something home cooked, and really taste it, because I don't think I was really tasting food. Really savouring it, enjoying it, and then moving on and not feeling guilty about it. That's one of the big things for me. That's what's made a real difference as well.
Excellent. It sounds like you've changed your life.
It does really feel like that. It does, and I try and share it with as many people as possible. I feel quite sad because I've done Weight Watchers and Slimming Wells and all sorts of other things for the last 20 years, I think, on and off. And as much as they work for a short time, they never changed anything long term with me. I think it was always trying to sneak in bad stuff whilst working with, I mean, you shouldn't really use the word bad, should you? Because it's not about good and bad, but it just didn't feel like something I could stick to forever. It didn't feel like a life change. It very much felt like a temporary fix. And changing these habits now and making big changes gradually without feeling like I should be told off for having a bad week, means that hopefully this will stick, and it feels like it's sticking. And I just feel generally kind of like a lighter, generally like the load has been lifted, really.
You mean the mental load?
Yeah, absolutely, the mental load. Not having to worry about points and weighing things and have I had enough of this, but still being hungry. And looking back, it's just such a waste of time and money.
I completely agree, and that's what made me want to start this, because I had been on Weight Watchers when I was younger, and I lost too much weight,
right.
And I was irritable. And that's what used to drive me nuts. But now I feel I've got energy that I can sustain, and I feel great, and I know that I'm offering my body nutrients.
Yeah, that makes a real difference. Other people around me see me eating cheese and nuts, and they're like, they don't understand it. I'm sure they look at me and think I'm deluded. That I think I'm healthier, and I'm not. But I do generally feel better, and I feel like those things make me feel better. And I then I'm not looking for the next thing. That's what's been quite interesting, that I can eat something and then I'm not looking at what can I have next. I can eat something and think, yeah, I'm satisfied, can get on with whatever I'm doing. It's not constantly thinking about food.
So you've cleared your mind. So I mean, from what you've said, it sounds like it's education was the key for you. Confidence and education.
And to also get some reassurance that that's okay to eat those things. It's not, it's not wrong. And that's what I felt I needed, a bit of guidance to know that I was doing the right thing. And then gradually I've managed to then up the exercise, and I've got the energy and feel like I'm happy enough with what I'm doing on the food front to then move on to be more active and to fit that side of things in. And that then has, feels like it's completed the picture a little bit.
I like that.
And it's good for my family to see me doing those things as well. I'm pleased that my children are seeing me fitting in exercise and knowing that it's an important part of life to actually make time to do that, because it's so easy to think that when you're busy, exercise is one of those things that can easily fall by the wayside. It's one of those things that get sacrificed first. But it shouldn't be. It should be, part of everything else that you do. Like cleaning the house and,
Well, the first thing that I ask people to do is schedule in when they're going to do the education and when they're going to do the exercise. And it's the hardest conversation. trying to
Yeah.
get people to do it. But if you diarise it and you know on a Tuesday at 2 or on a Wednesday at whatever you're exercising, then it's in the diary and it's unmovable. You just make sure that you do it. I'm really, really pleased the way that you've structured it and the way that you've approached it is brilliant. Have you seen any tangible results? Is there anything that you want to shout about? Have you done, you know, your first blah, blah, blah?
Wow. I feel brave that I've been able to go out and actually run outside where people can see me. And I'm running with a group of friends that and that's something that is important for me. I'd always kind of exercised at home before, but I think because it was so flexible, it was very easy to not do it. So I've joined a yoga group and I go with a friend, and I feel like I'm now committed to that because it's a set time every week, and I also run at set times with friends, and that is important. And I think that's to be part of a group, whether it's support online with Get Gorgeous or whether it's running with friends, it's just committing to that rather than trying to struggle on your own, and that is also very important. And I think just running out in public and not feeling scared to have to stop and walk for a bit. I think at least I'm out doing it.
Gail, you're an ambassador.
I'm not sure about that.
You are. So have you lost any inches from your waist? Have you changed clothes size? Has your skin changed?
My skin's definitely settled a little bit, but I do still get hormonal acne and eczema on my face, and I'm working on that.
Look brilliant.
Oh, thanks. I feel like my skin's brighter, and I'm sure that's from the exercise and the water. It just feels like there's more puffiness, not puffiness, but there's more to it. Yes. My eyes feel brighter. I'm sure not eating sugar has really helped me to have kind of much more mental clarity. That lack of kind of afternoon slump. I don't get so moody anymore as well, but I'm also listening to my body and I'm aware of when I'm actually hungry rather than thinking, oh, it's now 1 o'clock, it's time to eat. I'm actually kind of considering how I actually feel, and also being aware of when to stop eating, not eating too much, being aware of how much my body needs, and actually it's far less than I thought it was. So those things. But I have been my belt, I'm able to do my belt up 3 buckles tight, 3 notches tighter on my belt. I've lost about 1 inch around each thigh. I haven't dropped a dress size just yet, but I'm not too worried about that. It's not really about that for me. It's more about how I'm feeling. But I do have a Fitbit, and that's quite interesting. Week to week, I can see how many steps I'm doing, and I've gone up from about 50,000 when I started to now about 90,000 every week.
Wow.
My active minutes have gone up. My resting heart rate's come down by 10 beats per minute. Oh no. And it's really motivating, actually, getting that weekly email to see how I'm doing.
Great.
So yeah, all of those things combined. There's no one real thing for me. It's just the whole picture.
Good. Perfect. Gail, ambassador. I love it. Thank you so much for coming back and chatting to me. I really appreciate it. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for starting me on the path.
Well done. We'll keep in touch, and we'll make sure each other's paths cross. Take care, love.
Okay, bye.